And the mic too. Just got to finalise some teams. The traffic is horrendous.
It's your job to follow me as an assistant. If I start to...
Good on you, mate. Sorry, I'll be up to still.
Aim to sidestep as we go. If I start to get too fast, turn and run. However you see fit.
This is me you're talking to. And you reckon I'll go other time, huh?
Jog backwards to begin with, and you'll sidestep facing out, and then Audrey, can you give us a clap, and that clap's going to be our signal to turn. Sounds good? Alright, let's go. Whenever you feel ready. Let's go.
Oh, you're the captain.
Yeah.
I'm fucking wrecked. I'm done.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, thank you. Taking you around, mate, eh? Behind us. Ah, right. Is Gemma lift the club, Tom? Is Gemma lift the club?
If she left the club or she just given it away, I'm not sure. She was just a bit upset that we got another keeper. But, you know what? It is what it is, yeah?
Yeah, mate. And obviously, Bella's gone away, hasn't she?
Bella's gone away. Katie's gone to play in Europe.
Oh, has she?
Yep, she got a contract in Europe, so I had to release her. She went the first. She went, then Bella went, and then Montana went after last week's game.
Where's Montana gone?
Back to the US scholarship.
Oh, she a US girl?
So she's back there, yep.
So you lost a few, mate.
Yes. And then Eva goes after today.
Where's she going?
Back to the US. She got a scholarship too.
Let's do it now.
And then the week after Mia goes, she's in the US as well. Three of the players got it.
Got anyone coming back? Is Aubrey not playing? Is Aubrey injured, Tom? Why? God. Stop one. Right, I'm just going to go and get some. Aubrey said there's player, mate. I didn't even know there were players. See, I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. Missed the game 2 weeks ago. We were doing something else, and I was in Queensland last week doing some work. So, and on a little bit of a break. Good evening, welcome to Springside Recreation Reserve and the league leaders Box Hill Pythagoras in action tonight, unbeaten in their last 7. Spring Hill's missing a number of key players, including their best player and the player of the month in June, Aubrey Labno, but they've got Margot Clark starting for the first time in 3 months and Olivia Anderson after long-term knee injuries. And Box Hill with a very strong team, picking up a lot of players in the mid-season transfer window. And a lot of those have had a lot of experience in the W League competition. And they played in the championship winning team and have come back again this year. Although Emma Murray not part of it tonight. So Box Hill defending at the school end. They go across the 18-yard penalty area. Pally Water, the captain, combining with Minarik. Back to Pally Water. Pass in short towards her teammate in Berchelli, but was closed down by De Silva. So they attack inside the attacking half. Margot Clark wearing 22. Great to have her back for the Spring Hills team, starting for the first time tonight after coming off the bench on a couple of occasions. Couldn't control it. Was Kawano of Box Hill, and it goes out of play. And who's going to get the last possession? Well, who had the last possession? It was Spring Hills. Opening minute. They beat them 4-0 earlier in the season. Did Box Hill. Pally Water combines now with Minarik. Minarik trying to work her way through, goes for a long ball. Staying onside is her teammate there in Bichelli. And in the end, the ball's a bit too long for her, and it's over the sideline. De Silva to bring it back into play. She scored twice this year. They had a 3-match streak where they did not concede a goal under their new keeper, Ayuji, and they had 3 good wins, Spring Hills. That was broken last week, but this team, like past years, especially the second half of the year, don't lose by much, don't win by much. And they're equal 8th on the table, separated by 1 goal in the goal difference with Melbourne Victory, who've conceded 1 less goal in regard to the goal difference. Anderson back in the side, turns it over inside the defensive half. Clark's there as well, but cleared by Box Hill at the back. Here's Bichelli again, who's had a bit of it early, but she gives it straight back to Margot Clark, side the attacking half. Little pass inside to Arredonda. She couldn't take it, and Pally Waters there to mop it up and go back to the goalkeeper, Segovic. She delivers wide as well, but good pressing up by Spring Hills, making it hard for Box Hill to get away. Pally Water again, goes wide. Her teammate under some pressure in Bichello, but she turns her opponents inside out and they keep possession, Box Hill in their defensive half. Long ball, getting on side of Bichelli again, but she couldn't quite trap it. It's close to the line. She's forced the wrong side of goals. Good defence provided by De Silva, but she has it turned over. Kawano gets in the road, gets it back to Minarik. Minarik finds Pally Water as they go inside the defensive half. Forced back. Good work at the back by Bichello. Again to Pally Water. Bichelli trying to get onside, can't. And good defence by De Silva to put it over the sideline. But Box Hill in possession at the western end. Opening few minutes, no scorers yet on the stream. On the Senol NPLW round 21 fixture. Gillies gets a little touch on that. Trying to get it down the sideline. Antonello. Back to Gillies in her colourful boots. Finds Clark now. Clark is brought down. That should nearly be a free kick to Margot Clark. Can't understand why it wasn't. She can't understand why it wasn't. And it goes over the sideline, but it will be Spring Hill's ball anyway. So no Danny Toban, no Aubrey Labno. No Bella Stringfellow has gone away. No Montana Matthews has gone back to America among their starting team here for Spring Hills late in the season. And no Katie Godden, who's been given an opportunity for a club overseas as well. So they've lost some good players. Box Hill, pretty stable. Heading ball, a couple of them. One of them from Kawano. Through ball didn't work out that time. From Bichello. And there's a Bichelli and a Bichello. Back to McGorian, who's going to be leaving the club soon as well. Leaving the 18-yard box is the goalkeeper, Ayuji. Finds the captain tonight, Dakic. Dakic a through ball. And Alex Sinclair starting on the bench after a broken nose. So changes everywhere for Spring Hills. Good work by Clark to press Paliwada, who pushes it back to the goalkeeper, Sergejevic of Box Hill. It's bobbling around in the middle of the pitch. Bocello couldn't get there for Box Hill. Has her teammate now Keat on the end of it, who scored 13 goals this year. Heads it down the right-hand side. Good defence goal side by Dakic, who may be able to get hold of it. Her opponent is brushed off it. Good defence by the Spring Hills team. Now Anderson looking for it. Had it pinched off her right on halfway. Bocello can't get it. Here's Anderson. Gets it off her. Racing down that left-hand side. Controlling the ball well. Inside the 18-yard area. Pops it up to Clark. And Clark had a crack at that with the goalkeeper right with her. And Sergejevic, she hacked at Margot Clark looking for a goal, but Sergejevic was right with her. And she had the last touch, so it's a corner kick for Spring Hills. Good ball by Olivia Anderson. They've certainly missed those two. And they both start for the first time tonight after being eased back into it by coach Tom Markowski in recent weeks. So the first corner kick of the night going Spring Hills' way. 6 minutes in. Box Hill just one goalless game tonight, 7 clean sheets as they hold a 1-point lead in the battle to finish on top. That's a deep, deep ball which goes right across the face. Clark in pursuit of it now. Needs some support to go with her. She's forced away from the goal side by Murakami. Then she kicks into the body of Murakami, and that might almost bobble over the byline. No, it's kept alive. Hacked away again. And I think you'll find that it's going to be another corner kick, and it'll go to Rachel Gillies again of Spring Hills from one side of the pitch to the other, right in front of the scoreboard. 7 minutes in. Earlier start than usual here at Springside. They normally start at 8:30, starting at 7:30. Might have caught a few people unaware. High ball to the teeth of goal. Attempted header by Clark. Couldn't get enough on it. It was a lovely cross. Gillies will turn it over again as they couldn't clear the defensive area through Bocelli. And it's over the sideline once more. They're putting immense pressure on the Pythagoras team at the moment. Spring Hills, this has been a positive start, missing so many key players. Antonello, good throw into the 18-yard area. Chopped off, though, by Paliwada, the captain of Box Hill, to the middle. Trying to get her boot on, that was Keat. Not able to. Dakic has her body away from Keat and controlling the goal line, and the goalkeeper, and gets it to Macorian and out of the Silver of Spring Hills. But getting in the road, good play by Minarik. Goes one way, then the other, has to go back with so many players in her face. Finds the captain, Paliwada. Goes across the face now. Bocello passes back to Paliwada. Good pressing by Spring Hills to force them to go across the goal face at the moment. Still in their defensive half, Box Hill. Trying to get a little beat on that was Murakami. Turned over again, Clark. So dangerous on the ball, they've missed her. Good flick to Gillies. Gillies a lobbing ball, but the header was good by Bocello. Antonello was off balance. Couldn't get much boot on that. Clark will win it outside the 18-yard area. Goes back to set things up to Macorian. Macorian will push it wide. Receives it again. Turns it over, though, to Murakami. Trying to get hold of it was Bocello. She couldn't get a decent touch on that. Won by Gillies. They're controlling possession and territory at the moment, Spring Hills. Has to go back to go forward to Silva. To Dakic. Through ball. Intercepted, though, at the back. Good play by Murakami. She was shoved off it, but then shoved onto it. Has her teammate helping her out, Bocelli. And Paliwada. And down the right-hand side, this is Pickett. Pickett a through ball again, but getting back is Macorian, and she finds the goalkeeper, Ayuji, who delivers by foot, but puts it over the sideline before Anderson could get there. Just able to find their way through a little bit then, Box Hill. They did well on the transfer window again, the reigning champs, getting good players from the A-League, Pickett being one of those. Here's Paliwada, who's been there all season. And Minarik. And now Bocelli. The Silver with her. Keeps goal side. puts it at the top of the 18-yard area, looking to shoot, but hitting the side net was Keith, who's such a dangerous goal scorer. 13 goals so far this year for the Box Hill team, and scored twice when they won 4-0 earlier in the season against Spring Hills. So with 2 minutes in the first half, the Senol NPLW competition, and it's cold. I've got the thick jacket on tonight. My hands are almost falling off. Here is McGorrian down the left-hand side. Clark attacks it hard. She might have been shoved into that, but the ref let it go. Pushed down the left-hand side again, but controlling it. Virtually in the middle of the pitch on the defensive side for Box Hill is Pally Water, the captain. She'll work her way through again. Nice little pass, but just getting in the road there was Dakic. As her opponent was a little bit Pacello, she just stopped, couldn't get it. Here's an opportunity now for Spring Hills down the left-hand side. Under pressure to try and get control of it. Good work at the back again by the defenders of Box Hill on the edge of the 18-yard area, protecting their goalkeeper. And Pally Waters having a lot of it so far, combining with Murakami, and now Pickett down the right-hand side. She's got Clark right at her, so she has to slide it back to the middle of the defensive area. Pally Water. Kawano, Pally Water. And on the ball now is Pacello. Pickett down the right-hand side. Shoved off at Pacello. Good defence again provided by Spring Hills. And it'll roll over the sideline. They've got their defenders up, as I say, right on the edge of the defensive half, making it tough for Box Hill to get it through. They have a chance now through Pickett. Pickett does well to get a little pass out wide. And having to go back to try and push it forward is Rossi. It does now to Pally Water. Pally Water again has Clark right at her, so she can't go through. She has to go sideways to Pickett. Just getting a boot on that, shoved into it, was Kawano. And Rossi. Ricochets back to Kawano. Nice little ball through. Good play by Keith. Down the left-hand side. Can she keep it alive? Does a very good job to keep it alive. Minarik inside again. Long ball by Pacello. Waiting down the right-hand side and putting it into the net was Rossi. The defender was caught too close to the right-hand post, and she was running down the right-hand side, virtually loping. Coming out of nowhere was Rossi, and she's put it away in the left-hand corner. 1-0 Box Hill, and that was against the trend. 12 minutes played. Loose marking by the Spring Hills team. They didn't get their players back in time. As I said, they've been very high as defenders, and just able to stay on side and get down that right-hand side and put it away as Ioji came to that right-hand goalpost into the left-hand side quite comfortably, Rossi, and Box Hill again away. They lead 1-0 inside 15 minutes. Gillies a high ball. Stopped by Pickett at the back. Gets it to Pally Water, who's controlling everything in the centre-back position. Back to Pickett. Pickett looking for a way through now. Allowed to stroll. Goes for a pass down the right-hand side. Her teammate Keith, who's been busy so far. Stabbing little ball. Came from Rossi. They go backwards now. Pickett. From Pacello. And now Pally Water again. Working hard. Gets around Gillies, but intercepted beautifully. Chipping in Antonello for Spring Hills. Out towards Anderson. Couldn't control it. Ball bobbling around inside the attacking half of Box Hill. Slips to Anderson, then she loses it. Back now to Kawano. Kawano finds her teammate out wide in Pacello, who goes back now to Pickett. Looking to go back to go forward. Box Hill leading 1-0 thanks to a Rossi goal. Lovely strike in the 12th minute. 14 minutes gone. Minarik, Pally Water, Pickett. Now with Pally Water. Back now to Pickett. She'll go long down the line. Misses everyone, but the goalkeeper is there. Ayushi. She backtracks and takes it inside the 18-yard area. Jenny Everham taking a little bit of a break after losing her number one goalkeeping spot. And Ayuchi doing a good job. Floating ball. Nodded away nicely by Kawano. Puts it over the sideline inside the attacking half for Pythagoras. 15 minutes into the first half and Box Hill are 1. Spring Hills have had more of the football and they're 0. A couple of nice little nodders. One by Bocelli. One by her teammate in Kawano. Back now to Minarik. And now Pickett down the right-hand side. Good work, controlling it. Kawano again, back to Pickett. As they've done very well to get high, but the problem was that they got out the back before Box Hill, but it's hard for them to get through initially. As the defenders are high, as we said, for Spring Hills. Antonello goes after Minarik, who's one of the distributors, along with Paliwada and Murakami and Pickett. Clark right with her, keeping her honest. Back to Paliwada. They're just waxed. Just outside the 18-yard area from one side of the pitch to the other. Through ball by Pickett again. Pacello is slow to get to it. Cleared by Spring Hills. Inside the attacking half. Back to Pickett. Clark with her, who looks really good. And Pickett was under pressure. Had to go back to the goalkeeper, who does well, Segovich. To Paliwada. She'll go to a teammate who's right on the edge of the sideline, Minarik. It's turned over, but they get it back. Murakami. And the pass was overkicked by Bocelli, but luckily Paliwada was there to make it better as she went back. And now Pickett, just controlling to her own advantage. Clark is there. They're down 1-0. Paliwada again, a lot of space in front of her. She can just slide it from one side of the pitch to the other and does. Down the right-hand side, Pickett. Rossi trying to get there. She's already scored once, but McGorrian does well to get goal side and concede a corner kick over the byline. So 1-0, Senol NPLW, round 21. 6 rounds left. Can you believe how quickly the season's gone? We're in the middle of winter, and it's cold. So corner kick, all the players getting deep. We'll have a big out the last couple of weeks for Spring Hills, but they've done pretty well. 3 one-goal wins and 1 one-goal loss without their best defender, one of the best defenders in the comp. The player of the month in June for the NPLW and was in the team of the month as well. So she should be, as that ball was a bit short and it's headed over the sideline once again. Or over the byline by Spring Hills. This is Murakami on the left. Good deep ball, which in the end is a little bit too deep and had too much curl on it. Just sort of skimming past the crossbar. And it's a goal kick to go the way of Spring Hills. And their goalkeeper, Ayuji, doing a little bit of commentary, I think, this weekend for the stream, which is great to hear. Dakic combining with Ayuji. She'll look to go wide, and she does. Trying to turn it over. Box Hill they do again. Couldn't get a beat on that one, was Kawano. But in the road, as they tried to clear Spring Hills, Minarik. And then at the back, Dakic is there. Throws the right boot into it. Headed though still inside the attacking half by Box Hill. Rossi goes back now. And they go back again through Tartagilia. And Paliwada, but well done by Dakic. Just getting across her path and getting the last touch was Keat for Box Hill. Here's De Silva. And just getting there to put the ball over the sideline was Bocelli. Here's Clark. It's a good ball. McGorrian was a little bit flat-footed, realising it was coming to her in a defensive fashion. Down the left-hand side now. Looking to try and set something up as Gillies. Has to go back and provide a U-turn. Anderson. Again defensively, Uji outside the 18-yard area. Long ball for Spring Hills. The header couldn't be controlled by Bocelli. Full Box Hill. Minarik does well. Antonello, though, whips it off her. Good play. Just getting a little beat on that. Kawano, but only as far as Darkic, a high ball. Clark trying to get between the goalkeeper and the defender. Great defence by the tall goalkeeper, Sergevich. She's got to get back now as there's nearly a turnover. Clark's there, and then it's lobbed long by Dashkalovska. But well done. That was good defence by Sergevich. She's come out of her 18-yard box, and the ball was turned over, and she had to scoot back, and she saved it. Just couldn't quite get enough pace on the shot then outside the 18-yard area by Dashkalovska. Here's Paliwada receiving from Pickett. They're controlling at the back, and Paliwada looking for a through ball. She kept onside, but Charlie, now she gets it. No, she doesn't. She's offside, as it couldn't be controlled when the first one came to it when she was onside by De Silva of Spring Hills. And it came back to her, but she was offside. We're at the 21st minute of the first half. It's Box Hill and early goal to Rossi. They lead 1-0. Dakic, nothing on offer. Good pressure, Keith, on the goalkeeper, Ilgi. Dakic just gets food to ball. Gillies now has to come to the party and help her team out. Anderson there. Good to see her starting for the first time in months tonight. Back to De Silva and defensively retreats to the goalkeeper, Ilgi. Goes wide to McGorrian now. Under some pressure, confronted by opponents. Getting a little boot on that, Dashkalovska. She can't control it though. Murakami, Rossi, Pickett. They go back defensively to start again. They load up from the defensive half so comfortably and with room, Box Hill. The top team at the moment, unbeaten in their last 7, 6 wins and a draw after that shocker in round 13 when they went down to Essendon, who at that stage were the hottest team in the comp. They got thrashed 7-1. And they've had big results themselves. 8-0 against Bentley, 4-0 against Spring Hills, a couple of 5-1s in that 7 week or this 7 week stretch. They've, if you include tonight's goal, scored 23, only conceded 7. They've had one goalless game all season. Down the left hand side now goes Spring Hills, but good defence by Box Hill coming across the path and putting it over the sideline. Tartaglia did a good job then. Here's Rossi. Fended down to her. She tries to trap. It doesn't. Clark has bowled over an opponent right on the edge of the 18-yard penalty area. And it's a free kick to go to Pickett for Box Hill. Now to Paliwada. Been very good early. Kawano. Paliwada. Murakami. Pickett. Camped on the 18-yard area. Paliwada just sharing it with Pickett. Pickett under some pressure. Back to Paliwada. She's got Minarik on her own. If she wants to go there, she'll go through the middle of the pitch. This is good work. This is Murakami just as Anderson was coming at her. Slides it cleverly. Trying to set something up now here is Bocelli. Bocelli has 2 opponents around her. One Gillies has to U-turn it back to the middle of the pitch to Kawano. And now looking to take them on. Pickett has been good so far. Nice sliding ball to Rossi. Gets it out wide again. Tartaglia to the edge of the 18-yard area. Cleared at the back by McCorrian. They're under the pump at the moment, Spring Hills. And trying to win it was Rossi. It's kicked into bodies and goes over the sideline. Just as Bocello was trying to get there. Throw back in. Here's Rossi once more. Through ball. Keat, I reckon, was dragged down, and it was a latish call by the ref, but she'll have her team get the free kick inside the attacking half. Murakami combining with Paliwada. And then there is a wall set up virtually on the edge of the 18-yard area by a number of players for Spring Hills who conceded in the 13th minute with a goal to Rossi for Box Hill after they'd done all the attacking. Just able to make the most of their opportunities, this Box Hill team generally. On the left, taking the pace off it, Murakami. Headed away towards the byline, and then it's put over the byline. Or did Spring Hills have the last touch? They must have had the last touch. So another corner kick coming up for Box Hill, dominating at the moment. They lead 1-0 with 25 minutes into the first half. Thanks to our major sponsor, Senol, the NPLW. Round 21 fixture. Box Hill looking to stay on top. They've been one of the best sides this year. Paulina have been consistent without being brilliant. And Essendon, as I said, had that patch in the middle part of the year with Kelly McGority scoring every time she hit the pitch, being magnificent. Mind you, Maya Markowski for Pauline's had a big year as well. And Keith has scored 13 times for this team, Box Hill. Nice ball, but it floats right across the curling corner kick for the Box Hill team. I think there was a couple of attackers there just on the edge of the 10-yard box. It might have just skimmed off their head, and it's been called a goal kick. Sayuji under some pressure here. Will go long, straight down the middle of the pitch. It holds up a little bit. Headed back in by Murakami. Down to Kawano. Gets a hurry boot on this. Here's a chance now for Keat, but well played by Dakic, who got goal side and got between her and the goalkeeper, Uji, who does well to vacuum it up. Down to the left-hand side. Long through ball by Spring Hills. Clark is in for shoot, but Pickett was also goal side, and she gets it back to the goalkeeper. And Segovic finds her teammate in Peliwata, but unfortunately with her pass, with great pressure by Anderson, it couldn't be controlled by Minarik, and it's over the sideline. 1-0, Pythagoras against the Spring Hill Stallions. Here's Gillies getting on the edge of the 18-yard area, trying to turn her opponent inside out. Kawano slips. Gillies keeps her footing and control of the ball. Out wide to De Silva. De Silva's pass is lobbed and intercepted by the captain, Paliwata, having a whale of a game. And again, Spring Hills got an intercept but couldn't control possession. Nice header again. Well played by Baccelli, but intercepted in the defensive half by Dakic, and then hassling her and haranguing her really hard to force the error from Dakic was Keat, and the Box Hill team have possession through Minarik. Minarik will go down the line. Baccelli, Dakic, Keats, can't get it. Pushed backwards by Rossi, the goal scorer. They went defensively, Murakami. Now to Pickett inside the defensive half, but they just seem to have so much time. She's had all these strolls so far tonight, Pickett. Looking for Rossi. Got it wide again. Good play to Taglia. Murakami. Paliwata keeping possession beautifully from one side of the pitch to the other. Minarik's getting ready to receive if she has to, right in front of our commentary position. Not required at the moment. Kawano, Paliwata, Pickett, back to Paliwata. Running onto it now is Rossi. Attack that hard in a robust fashion. Minarik and Paliwata. They had to go back looking for a way forward. They've been very patient on the ball. Great through ball by Pickett to Kawano. And then getting it wide. And then a shot at goal. Didn't quite have the carry on it from Murakami. Well stopped by Ayuji. It was a good through ball coming from Tattaglia too. And she was sort of left unopposed outside the 18-yard area. Couldn't get enough on it though. It was Murakami. They keep it alive. Kawano and Murakami back now. Having to take them on as Pickett has been superb so far. Runs away from Clark, her first full game for 3 months. Gets it wide. Tattaglia though, almost had it stripped. Under pressure again. They keep control of it. Left foot ball to the 18-yard area. Nice little skimmer across the head from Gillies for Spring Hills. Saves the day momentarily. McGorrian just keeps it alive. Through ball to Clark, who was flat-footed. Turnover again, Baccelli. Down to Murakami for Box Hill. Controlling it at the moment. Leading 1-0. Minarik. And gets it back down to Paliwada. And Pickett. And they combine again. Pickett and Paliwada. Through ball, a good one. Running onto it now, Keith. Great ball. Staying inside Minarik. Down the left-hand side. Approaching it now to Silva. Trying to put pressure on her. Looking to cut inside Minarik. Still with it. Minarik will shoot from the 18-yard area. Wobbly ball. And then it stopped right on the goal line as she parried it in front of her and collected it. Ayuji. Great run, great work by Minarik to burn opponents off. Just couldn't get enough on the strike. High ball to halfway. 1-0 lead. Heading it backwards was Pickett, but had teammates there to support her. One of them is the defensive midfielder, Tataglia. And now Sergejevic. Pickett. Hasn't had a lot to do so far. The tall goalkeeper, Sergejevic of Box Hill. Played at Canberra United and also Western Sydney Wanderers. Pickett has been playing at Melbourne Victory. Good player. Gets it to Rossi and then dragged down as the ball goes through for a goal from Gillies, but dragged down was Kawano. There's a reasonably late call again from the ref. We're in the 32nd minute and it's Box Hill 1, Spring Hills 0. They're just so well set up behind the ball, Box Hill. Paliwada and Pickett again just sharing it magnificently. Zoning off a little bit Clark, as you can see, thanks to Magnus doing a great job at the camera work again tonight. In these cold conditions at Springside Rec Reserve. Paliwada looking for a way through. Finds Keat now. She'll just manage to keep control of the ball and beat the skipper of Spring Hills tonight, Dakic, with Sinclair starting as a sub because of a broken nose. Gets it back now to Paliwada. I'm sure she'll come on the second half. Try and lift this team. Great ball, Pickett. Trying to control it. Was Murakami. Had a couple of cracks at it. The defenders are there to try and clear though. Under some pressure. The player brought down for Spring Hills. And there'll be a free kick. Ayuji. Gillies couldn't trap it properly. Turnover at the bootlaces. Kawano. Through ball again. No one on the end of it. Too much for Keat. And Dakic is able to guide it back to the goalkeeper in Ayuji. 33 minutes gone. An early goal from Rossi against the trend when Spring Hills had complete dominance of the first 12 minutes and Box Hill lead 1-0. High ball, but a great header by Vicelli. Now down to Keat. Gets a hurried boot on it, getting after it. Rossi again. Well done, Ayuji. Just stuck a boot at. It's kicked to ensure that it was saved. Well done. I thought Rossi was nearly through. Now Antonello receives it. Loses control of it. Pouncing on it to Taglia down the right-hand side. Looking to come through, but can't. And kicks into bodies was Pacello. And there's going to be another corner kick. It's Pacelli and Pacello. Peter Piper picked a pickle. And it will be an opportunity here for Box Hill. Great save by Ayuji because I thought Rossi was nearly through there. Just a little pass came from Murakami in the corner kick. And now it's footed along towards the 10-yard box and just missing as she hacked at it was Pickett. The defenders were there and she had the last touch. Nice clever little balls to set that up for Pickett on the right-hand side there near the right-hand goal post. She just couldn't quite connect like she wanted to as the defenders and the goalkeeper, Ayuji, had that side covered. Remains 1-0. A couple of half opportunities though for Box Hill. We're in the 35th minute. Ayuji and Dakic. Back to Ayuji. And she has to drive it long towards the right-hand side. Getting in the road, Murakami, a great header. Controlling it brilliantly at the bootlaces. Kuwano and Rossi, who has a couple of cracks at it. The first pass didn't stick. The second one might. He has an opponent on a hammer. Has to go back now to Pickett, who's just standing here like a statue and controlling everything so well inside the defensive half. Playing a bit of cat and mouse, hoping someone will come at her. And now gives it to Pellywater. Back to Pickett. Those two would be in the votes the way things are going at the moment, having magnificent games. Again, Pellywater. Clark's just sagging off and just under some pressure to try and get some support. And she's just sort of mid-pitch there, allowing Pickett and Pellywater to share it. Now she gets a great through ball to Rossi. Rossi towards Keith on the edge of the 18-yard area. Can she control it? Gets it out wide now to Bocelli. Riding rough shot. Kawano turned over cleverly. Well played, Antonello. That was great play. The defenders got heavily involved in for Spring Hills. Clark's pass to find Anderson. Didn't find her. And it's turned over again. Defensive side by Minarik. Back now towards Pellywater and also Pickett. Pickett looking to get away from Clark. Puts it wide to Taglia and back to Pellywater. Minarik is there, ready to present if she has to. In front of our commentary position on the left. Confronted by Gillies is Kawano, but gives it back to Pellywater. Now working hard, Murakami. Look away pass to Kawano again. Well done, Gillies. She forced it back. That pass is a little bit wayward just inside the 18-yard area, but Pickett makes it better than it was as she charges away from Margot Clark. Still trying to find her fitness. Goes down the right-hand side. Lovely headed Dakic getting in the road. But at ground level, they're dominating everything, but Rossi makes an error. Loses control of it for Box Hill. Now Bocelli gets it back. Finds Rossi and Kawano and the skipper, who does well again. Pellywater inside the 18-yard area. Bocelli got support from Murakami, who gets it back from Minarik. And now Pellywater again. She and Pickett sliding it from one side of the pitch to the other. Inside the defensive half. Clark lurking, Anderson lurking. Now Pellywater said, I'll go on a searching run. Just inside the attacking half. Good ball. Couldn't quite control it, Bocelli. Now she does. Trying to get in a position to score. She's hemmed in. Has to go out wide now. Taken by Taglia. Beats one. Beats two. Pass is wide again to a teammate. Couldn't quite control it. And there's a long, long ball that came from the boot of Bocello. And it misses everything by a long way. They're pushing hard. As I say, they're very high, these Spring Hills defenders at the moment. Have been right from the start. And, of course, couldn't get back in time for Rossi to score in the 13th minute. And the Senol NPLW, it's a 1-0 lead to the Box Hill Pythagoras team, the league leaders, as we get into the last 6 rounds of the season. Long ball, Ayuji. Headed away by Bocelli at the bootlaces. They control it so nicely on the floor. Murakami, Minarik, Pellywater. Called her name 1,000 times, along with Pickett, who's got it now. Back to Pellywater. And again, Pickett. Played A-League football with, or W League football with Victory. Here's Rossi. Under pressure. Try to get around 3 opponents. Good turnover, Gillies. Now they're on the counter-attack. Margot Clark is there. Pickett's right with her. Clark's looking for a way through. Passes down the left-hand side. Charging into position, but can't get there. Spring Hills. And again, the defenders get back to Taglia. Pickett. Rolling ball, Rossi. Still in the defensive half. All the midfielders getting back to defend. Kawano, well intercepted by Antonello. She goes back now to Dakic. Dakic to Megorian. Megorian turns her opponent inside out, pressing hard on her Keeks. Back now to the goalkeeper, Uji, just outside the 18-yard area. And Dakic again. But flat-footed was De Silva. Turning that over was Minarik. Now to Keith. Keith loves to score, but she's outside the 18-yard area and had opponents in a road. Back now towards Minarik. Trying to run off De Silva. Now she gets it to the top of the 10-yard box, but couldn't control it. Rossi for her second goal, and she was off balance, and it ends up over the byline. She's got some pace, Minarik. She's burnt off a couple of opponents to get on goal side. They've had her tucked in towards the sideline. It's been impressive from Minarik. Straight down the middle by Ayuji, getting in the road. Their headers have been great tonight from Box Hill. Murakami was involved then. Minarik, Kawano. Just getting an inside ball, but Chally. Here's Rossi again. She'll shoot. Had too much on it, well over the crossbar. But they're getting a bit of space, aren't they? I mean, this has been the issue, as I said, with the Spring Hills defenders. Getting very high indeed and allowing the strikers and attackers for Box Hill to get in good positions. We saw with Rossi's first goal, that time then was a bit of a Hail Mary. Too much on it, airily. Nice ball towards the outer side. Again, a nice header provided from the Ayuji ball by Box Hill, and they have it inside their attacking half again. Nearly a turnover. Pickett, good support. Tartaglia back to Paliwada, who just stands in that same position at centre back. Controls the entire situation. Pickett gets back. Clark is there. Just trying to keep them honest and make it hard for them to get through Margot Clark. So Pickett and Paliwada said, well, Margot, if you're going to do that, we'll just wax with each other from one side of the pitch to the other. Now Paliwada elects to go for a little bit of a stroll to Minarik. Down the left-hand side to a teammate who's got De Silva putting pressure on her. Imbachali tries to come inside, beats De Silva, then comes back on her. Now she goes for a pass, which is missed by Kawano. Here's a chance for Spring Hills. Turn over to Gillies. Nearly intercepted by Murakami. Great interception. Getting a boot involved was Minarik. And then Antonello with a header as Dakic stopped it at halfway for Spring Hills to Anderson. De Silva, poor pass. Minarik, and she knew it too. Chelsea. Rossi, been great so far. Kawano, so busy, one of the key midfielders. Nearly charged down from behind by Antonello, and it forced a poor pass. Good pressure by Antonello. And they've got the ball inside the defensive half. Spring Hills, we're in the 43rd minute. Senol NPLW, round 21 fixture. It's Box Hill, Pythagoras 1, Spring Hills 0. Nice little header by Antonello. But in the road, Minarik. Murakami back to Paliwada, been superb. MVP for mine at the moment. Policina not playing tonight. Was the MVP in their championship win last year over Heidelberg. They finished third at the end of the home and away season. Pickett couldn't get control of it this time. Here's Murakami. Here's Gillies looking for Antonello. But right in the road again, that magnificent defender picking a pocket was Paliwada. Tartaglia. Pickett. Rossi. Back to Paliwada. And Pickett. They can't get through Paliwada. She's been superb. Here's Rossi, who's been very good as well. Scored the goal and had a couple of other half opportunities, combining with little foot passes with Pickett. Ball didn't quite get through. Nice little header provided by Dasloskova for the Spring Hills team. That's got to be a foul for a shove on Anderson, and it will be Spring Hills ball on halfway. It's a 1-0 lead to Box Hill Pythagoras. Looking maybe for the double this year, the Premier's played and the championship. Had a brilliant 7 weeks, 6 wins and a draw. High ball, Clark misses it from the free kick going Spring Hills way. Just lacking a little bit of touch for a full game at the moment, Margot Clark. And there she goes down. That's got it, or was there not much in that? Did she sort of fall over her feet as Antonello tried to shove a little pass to her? Not sure there. Anyway, Antonello keeps it alive. Here's Gillies on the edge of the 18-yard area, but getting back again, Paliwada. Trying to get a boot involved with Baccelli. And then well done by Pickett as a high ball came in from Spring Hills and she trapped it with a half volley on 2 occasions, but only as far as Darkic. Through ball. Can someone get down the left-hand side? for Spring Hills, and that ball comes in on the left, steered comfortably to where the left goalpost was and where the goalkeeper, Sergeyevich, was standing. Almost half-time. Won't be a lot of, I would have thought, injury time here. 1-0 lead to Box Hill. Pickett, Sergeyevich, Paliwada. Paliwada goes back now. Sergeyevich and Pickett again. Very good side this. Just been made stronger by the mid-season transfer window. Pickett being one of those. Here's Rossi now. She's been very good tonight as well. Already scored a goal. Out wide now. Tataglia looks to come in. She didn't get a run last year in the championship win. She was one of the subs. Back to Pickett. Back to Paliwada. All on her own again and just distributing the ball brilliantly. Now she looks to get through Gillies. Got through Gillies too easily. Little pass inside Bocelli. Bocelli was off balance and couldn't do much with that. And McGorrian will shove it back to her goalkeeper, Ayuji, who'll reset. Nice little ball. Finds her teammate Liberto, who's done some decent work so far. Nearly has it turned over. Here is Kawano. And that's going to be half-time. It is. Complete control of that after they scored that goal. Box Hill through Rossi in the 13th minute. Spring Hill certainly had a lot of endeavour, a lot of vim and vitality. And they had their numbers pushed up right on halfway, but they unfortunately made an error not having numbers back to allow Rossi to stay on side, get down the right-hand side, force Ayuji to the right-hand side to try and stop her, and she put it into the left-hand side of the net. So it's Box Hill looking to keep this unbeaten stretch of 7 games intact, leading Spring Hills 1-0 at half-time. Just quickly, the starting lineups didn't quite get there before the match started. For Spring Hills, Gillies, Murphy, Antonello, Anderson, Darkich, Liberto, Clark, Dashilovska, Aoji, the goalkeeper, De Silva and McGorrian. No, again for the 3rd week in a row, Labno, no Toban, and Alex Sinclair because of a broken nose starting as a sub with Soto, also Arredondo, Sapalis, that's Baha, and Kawasaki. That's Baha is up from the under-20s. Box Hill, their starting team was Sergeyevich, Tataglia, Rossi, Bocelli, all been prominent so far. Rossi, the goal scorer. Minarik, been brilliant. Paliwada, outstanding. Keat, Murakami, Bocello, Pickett, very good in defence as well. Kawano and the subs. Simpson, Armstrong, Clarkson, Tane, Gladman and Trask. It's half-time. And it's Box Hill with a goal in the 13th minute in the Senol NPLW round 21. They lead their opponent Spring Hills 1-0. Okay, Magnus. Let's go inside for a second, mate. Are you really?
this one is just bad, not bad. We're about to start. Do you want your binoculars? I have them up there. Do you need them? Yeah, cool. Yeah, true. Make sure you get them.
Welcome back to Springside Recreation Reserve, half-time here. And it is Box Hill with a goal in the 13th minute through Rossi. Really their first positive move forward. There's a change being made. Arredondo off and the captain with protection over her face. Alexandra Sinclair, she broke her nose, has come on at half-time. Replacing Dashklovskova. So, great to see Alex Sinclair back out there. Tough as old boots. And just with that protection on her face after her broken nose. So, lots of injuries in the Spring Hills team. Lots of players have gone. Stringfellow, gone overseas. Godden has got an opportunity with an international club, so she's gone. Labno injured, Tobarn injured, two of their best American recruits, but Clark is back. And Anderson as well, their first full games after starting as subs the last couple of weeks and coming on in the second half. But they're holding up okay. They're down 1-0. They've got a great record of either winning or losing by one goal, especially in the second halves of seasons, which doesn't affect their goal difference too much. So Box Hill start in possession. Pickett. Pellywater. Pickett again. Through ball. Here's Rossi, a chance now. Has Tartaglia out on the right-hand side. Couldn't quite control it, though. Well played by Pacello. And they go back. Looking to go inside through Murakami. Stopped at the back by Dakic. But they just can't get any passes to stick with the defence so good, so reliable for Pythagoras. Pickett. Pollywater. Back to Pickett. Backtracking for her is Tartaglia. Here's Pollywater, a through ball again now to Murakami. Murakami getting away from Clark. Kawano. Wide again. Bocelli. Couldn't control it. Kept control of it. After initially not being able to control it, if that makes any sense. And they go back to go forward. Pellywater. Pickett. Tartaglia in the middle of that. Across the face again. Good through ball. Down the left-hand side. Bocelli. Rossi. Again does well. They keep control of it despite their opponents right with them. But they're having to go back because they've been pressed by Spring Hills again. But we know how good Pickett is on the ball, and Pellywater's been magnificent. And they have it inside the defensive half. Clark after them again. Just battling a bit with that knee, Margot Clark. Trying to get back into it. Not sure she'll get through a full game. She's so important to this side. They're down on troops a bit. Here is Anderson. Clark again, working hard. brushed off her opponent, Tartaglia. Rossi comes in late. Bocello as well. And then Paliwata gets back defensively for the goalkeeper. He's able to find Pickett. Goalkeeper, of course, being Sergejevic. Rossi, always finding a player in the best position, whether it be defensive or attacking. Box Hill, that's what impressed me about them the most tonight so far. Anderson, McGorrian, now they're in possession, Spring Hills, as they go back to Dakic. And the goalkeeper leaving her home by about 30 metres. Talking of leaving home, just spoke to her mother who's down from Cairns. She's got 4 layers of clothing on and she's still cold. I can understand that. I was in Brisbane last week and it was 24 degrees during the day anyway. They come down the left-hand side and had to go backwards, Spring Hills. Here's Dakic working her way through. Captain tonight. Through ball again. Sinclair couldn't get hold of it. St. Margot Clark go after it, but pouncing first Rossi at Box Hill. The teammate controlling it nicely. Buccelli. And now in possession, Pickett. So much room to move. Rossi. To Taglia. Murakami. Good work. Shoved on again by Minarik. Down that left-hand side. Can't keep it alive, Bocelli. And inside the defensive half of Spring Hills, they have the ball. We're in the 50th minute. It's 1-0. Senol NPLW, round 21. Kicking off tonight. And a bit of pushing and shoving. Spring Hills will come up with the free kick. A lot of players have scored goals this year for Box Hill. Kawano has scored 5. Bocello 8. Keith, I mentioned 13. Long ball inside the 10-yard box. Clear path, though, for Sergejevic to take it cleanly and comfortably. The goalkeeper hasn't had a lot of work to do so far. But I reckon Spring Hills are doing okay to keep it at 1-0 against them at the moment. That pass from Paliwata, the worst one she's produced all night. Pickett makes it better. Gets it in the middle of the park. Nice ball, Kawano. Rossi lost it. Kicked into the body of her opponent. Got it back, though, to Tartaglia. Murphy was the one that she kicked into the body of. Here's a chance now to try and control it. Murakami from Kawano. The two Japanese girls work so well together. Couldn't get a decent pass in there, Rossi. Sinclair tried as well. Had it stripped off her by Kawano. Numbers too many at the moment. Great through ball, Rossi. Staying on side now. Keat. Great attempt to save by Uyaji. Just got a hand on that. It was a lovely cross by Keat. She got a hand on it. Uyaji, and it ricochets to a teammate in Darkish, and she starts a long searching run down the right-hand side, which is cut off at halfway again by Paliwata, the most reliable player out there. She finds her teammate in Murakami. Her pass wasn't great. Good defence by Gillies. She tries to zigzag away. Across the pitch, down the right-hand side, looking for Antonello. Antonello under some pressure. There's a couple of opponents around her. Working really hard to stop her from getting through is Minarik, and they turn it over again. Nice little ball, Murakami. Kawano's put down. The ref let it go. Great pass, Rossi, out to the right-hand side. Buccelli keeps to her own advantage. Two opponents approaching now on the edge of the 18-yard area, so she goes back to go forward. Murakami beats one. She lobs one over the top, but didn't have enough on it, hoping that a teammate might get there in time, Keat. But it is vacuumed up at the back by the goalkeeper, Aoji. So their ability to keep control of the ball, Box Hill's been so impressive tonight. We're in the 53rd minute. They try and get a through ball here going Spring Hills down the right-hand side. Here's Antonello, who's quick. has an opponent right with it, cuts inside, shoots, it stops just by the goalkeeper. It had plenty of power on it. She parried it in front of herself, Sergejevich, and had Olivia Anderson lurking with great intent, but she managed to get it on the second attempt. Great effort, Antonello, to find a way through and ensures that it is still 1-0 in favour of Box Hill. But that was the first gilt-edged opportunity of the evening for the home side. And they continue to keep it at a very narrow margin. They stay right in contention here. Sinclair tried to put her opponent down. Legally, Murakami, who got a ball into the attacking half for Box Hill. Here's Antonello having to go back to go forward. Dakic pounces on it now. Long lobbing ball down the right-hand side. Clark is there. Can't get there. And it goes close to the line. And eventually Box Hill have possession again. Kawano been very, very busy. Turnover Antonello. Back to Clark now. Under some pressure. Goes down while she was overwhelmed. Not enough support. They get it back again, those Spring Hills. But cut off on the edge of the 18-yard area. Buccello. Back now to Pickett. And to Taglia. Anderson put pressure on her, said she had to retreat to Pickett. And Rossi. Rossi will lob it long. Looking to get onside is Buccello. She wasn't able to. McGorrian was there to allow Togoshi to just foot it out of danger. And that ball went right virtually next to me. But again, I wasn't good enough to stop it. So they're in possession again, Box Hill. Rossi. Pickett. Paliwada. Just going for a wander like it's a Sunday afternoon stroll. Through ball's okay. At the back, good defence again by De Silva. Dakic down the right-hand side. Antonello, who's very, very quick, but she's not goal side. And it's put over the sideline. Good defence by Minarik to stave off potential danger against Box Hill then. But Spring Hills at the moment getting a bit of a look inside their attacking half. We're in the 55th minute. Senol NPLW. And Spring Hill's looking for their 9th win of the season. Box Hill looking to stay on top of the table and keep their unbeaten record intact to make it 8 games without a loss. 6 wins and a draw at the moment. Again, they managed to control it. They go inside the 18-yard areas. They went back a little bit. Good pressure by Spring Hills. Well done by Pickett. And then charging in very, very hard to get near the ball was Buccello. Has to go back to Pickett because all she could see in front of her was Olivia Anderson of Spring Hills. Now Pickett, who's been willing to take them on tonight with some good runs, but she kicks into the body of Anderson. She was a little bit hesitant, had to go back as Clark was with her, and then footing it out of there, just saying, I'm sick of this, as the captain, Paliwada, and puts it over the sideline. But good pressure by Spring Hills. Down 1-0. Nice throw by Murphy, but turned over by Buccello. Murakami to Taglia. Paliwada. Nice through ball by Box Hill. Down the right-hand side, trying to work her way through, couldn't. And well done by Dakic. Clark's on the counter-attack now. That's a nice ball. It has plenty of pace on it, but really no one on the end of it to feed off it. And Sergejevich is there to clean up at the back. Out to Pickett, we take a breath. Back to Sergejevich. Pickett again. And Sergejevich, because Clark's right there, and there is no way through at the moment. They're just biding their time, as they have all night, Box Hill, with their defence. Been very patient. Pickett and Sergejevich, like they're in the schoolyard, just waxing and waning and just practising their passes. Now Pickett will look for a way through. It opens up a bit for her. Little pass to Murakami. Murakami goes wide to Taglia. Has Anderson right with her. Has to go back to Pickett. Pickett then defends as Clark is coming at the goalkeeper who thrusts a boot at it. Didn't make much contact, Segovich, but clears it towards the outer side. Kicking into bodies was Minarik of Box Hill. And now Spring Hill's a chance, but it's turned over once more. Under some pressure. Vachali has a couple of opponents on it. One was Gillies, who was right on her left shoulder, forcing her to push back. But Pickett's been there along with Paliwater all night with enough space to get control of the ball, slow it down and bide some time, as they do again. Out wide, Minarik, long ball, getting in position, but running out of room. Unfortunately with Vachali of Box Hill. And it's 1-0. We're in the 59th minute. Liberto in the middle of the park there for Spring Hills, exercise scientist who does a lot of coaching of the junior teams here at Spring Hills, starting tonight, missing a number of key players, but getting her opportunity. Ayuji, McGorian right with her as Rossi, so she had to go back to Ayuji, did McGorian. Here's Liberto now. She was stripped of that a bit too easily. And now here's an opportunity. Kawano was the one that stripped her of it. Trying to find her way through here, but Vachali pushes the ball now in the direction of Murakami. Gets it inside the 18-yard area. But there might have been an offside. And Tom Markowski said, any chance of an offside? I think you're right, great man. It was an offside. But anyway, Ayuji's been pretty solid despite giving away that one goal. She's there again to stem the bleeding at the back. High ball to halfway. Slips to Gillies. Through ball looking for Anderson. Stripped of it by Murakami. Been very good at winning the ball back in a one-on-one contest tonight, especially at ground level, this Box Hill team. Murakami has played the defensive midfield role very well. Shares it with Pickett again. And Paliwater. And Minarik. Back to Paliwater. And Pickett. What a game these two girls have played. Paliwater again, as they've just sagged off for a bit, meaning they are protecting space up the pitch, Spring Hills, but it still allows the ball to be slid to Pickett from Paliwater. She now goes to Tartaglia, going down the right-hand side. Vachali, good ball towards a 10-metre box, but she couldn't control it. Then Keith back down the direction of Vachali. Tartaglia in the road. Well done, McGorian. Right in the heart of the 18-yard area. She puts it over the byline and concedes a corner kick, but good defence in the end by Spring Hills in the 61st minute. It's 1-0 in favour of Box Hill Pythagoras, the league leaders at the start of round 21 of the Senol NPLW competition. So Murakami is the corner kick taker in this Box Hill team. It's a low ball and had absolutely no power or pace or height on that. And it landed well short, just on the edge of the 10-yard box, and it's footed over the sideline by Dakic for another chance for Box Hill right near the scoreboard. Might be a little pass coming on here to Bocello. She's on the left. Again, it was very low and a long way from the right-hand goal post. And once more, hacked over the sideline. Couldn't control it, Dakic. Third time lucky. Takes the pace off it with a pass. To Keat. And then a high ball by Murakami. Headed away by the defenders. Then getting a boot on at Clark. But it might come straight back. It's going after it, waiting for it to fall over the sideline. And start again is Bocello of Box Hill. Might be a change coming up very soon. There will be. Rossi coming off. And Tane coming on. Number 26. She's been good, Rossi. She did score the goal and she's given them a lot of runs. She's also played a defensive roll as well. They've got their numbers back. Their two-way running has been brilliant. That's why they're hard to score against. Kicking into bodies again, having to try and defend. A nice little header by Murphy, down to Clark, but coming the other way to get an important foot in it was Murakami. Finds her teammate there in. She's been good tonight, Pacello. So has Tartaglia, so has Pickett, and now Paliwada, who's been probably the pick of them all. Just getting a boot to it as Sinclair was coming out. It was Murakami. Combining with Teen, who's just come on the pitch. Minarik down that right-hand side, pushing it forward. Bichelli, but good defence again, well played by Dakic. Comes across her path and puts it over the sideline. Gee, they're defending well here without their best defender, Labno. Clark trying to get back into full fitness, their best striker or attacker. Anderson the same as well. Missing so many key players, Spring Hills. They're a disciplined side. They have trouble scoring, but they're hard to score against. The longer the season goes, as I say, they've got this innate ability to either win by a goal or lose by a goal, and it doesn't affect their goal difference too much at all. But they need to make every post to win if they are to feature in the top 6 at the end of the year and get into the finals. Pythagoras aiming for the double, of course, if they can get it. Pacelli in the league. Back now, Paliwada. Pickett with open space. Has a player on her own, Tartaglia goes more inboard to Pacello. Tartaglia and Pickett, who just sits on the ball and bides her time. Back now towards the goalkeeper, Segajevic. Paliwada. Teen has just come on for Rossi. Working her way through here now. The brilliance of Pickett. Couldn't quite control it. Was Box Hill and Kawano. But now they always have players assisting if they don't get the first touch right. Kawano does eventually from Pacello. And then Pickett. And then Paliwada. Now an inside ball, and I reckon a player was held on to in Keats. She had someone wrap her arms around her waist. Yeah. And Box Hill saying, why is that not a yellow? I'm not sure, but it was, I suppose, close. Teen to Taglia. Again, getting all their numbers back. Spring Hill's hard for the puzzle to be picked at the moment by Pickett and co, but they just combine with Paliwada down the left-hand side. Bichelli up towards the goalkeeper, but again, she takes it comfortably on the half volley. Ayuji down to Anderson, who goes long and high. Sinclair, who of course got that nose broken, does well with an opponent right with her to get a decent header on it. Now those little legs pumping with that familiar gait, but she turns it over. Great defence again. Been outstanding, Minari. Those defenders, Minari, Paliwada, Pickett, all brilliant tonight. Pacello does well, has control of it. Has Sinclair right with her. Goes back now inside the defensive half to set up again through Murakami. Minarik, Paliwada. Trying to keep it alive here, putting pressure on Anderson. The through ball though by Tagliat had too much on it, and unfortunately for Box Hill, Keat couldn't get in a position to score, which he has 13 times this year. McGorian approaching it hard. Minarik turns it over again. Another nice ball by Murakami. Sits for Keat. Keat has a shot, but a great save. Kawano did well, just a little deft touch. Keat was on her own for one of the few times tonight, and she shot, but she didn't get any height on the pass, and it was stopped by the goalkeeper, who's done great again in Ayuji. Didn't have enough power on it. She was in the right position too. Left-hand goal post to make the save, and it remains at 1-0. Senol NPLW, halfway mark of the second half. We're at the 68th minute. Here's Pickett again. Just strolling comfortably inside the attacking half. Lobs it nicely. Trapping it on the edge of the 18-yard area. His keeper worried out of it. Megorian was brought down in a challenge, and she'll get a free kick. Did well then, Megorian. Almost a handball, I thought, on Keat, who was trying to control that ball. Coming towards the edge of the 18-yard area, Megorian did well to put plenty of pressure on her. So Dakic getting advice from Ayuji about where she's going to go. Straight down the middle. Oh, missed. Poor effort by Bocello. Here's Clark now. Goes wide to Murphy, who scored twice this year. Great pass by Murphy. Wonderful save. Made that look simple like shelling peas by Segovic, who's very tall for a goalkeeper, but that was a beautiful whipping ball by Murphy. But Segovic just stopped that like it was the easiest thing in the world. It obviously wasn't, but it looked easy from here, if you know what I mean. We're in the cheap seats, of course. Combines with Pickett, Segovic, the goalkeeper. A couple of gilt-edged saves from her tonight. And again, gets it back from Pally Water because there's nothing to get through for her at this stage because, again, Spring Hill's getting their numbers up. And they've made Box Hill work for it tonight. A lot of this passing across the defensive area by Pickett and Pally Water to try and work a way through, but Spring Hills have been pretty disciplined again to ensure that the league leaders have only scored once, and that was against the Trend in the 13th minute by Rossi, who's now been subbed off. 1-0. Here's... Oh, that's a terrible pass, unfortunately, by Keat. Anderson was there, but her pass to Clark didn't quite work either for the Spring Hills team. Here's Sinclair as she turns opponents inside out. But unfortunately for Murphy and for Spring Hills, she couldn't control that ball, and it's over the byline for goal kick. We're in the 70th minute. Plenty of time left. It's 1-0. Pickett. Kawano. Back to Pickett. Clark's right with her. Oh, that was a nice ball by Kawano. Just sort of kept it moving while she was moving. But Murphy chips in and intercepts to Megorian. Megorian might have been shoved. Nearly a turnover. Player goes down in teen. But they said it was incidental contact. I think that's pretty right. Here's Bocello and Tartaglia and Pickett and Pally Water. I hope girls have got your names right pronunciation-wise. Pass through to the right-hand side. Young Bocello looks at me and says, I'm not sure you've got it right, but I did check with the club beforehand. So here is Yoyuji, not a great kick. Just getting a boot on that and ensuring it goes nowhere. Box Hill. Player goes down again. But it wasn't a free kick to go the way of the tall Pickett. Here's Murakami. Back now to Pally Water, who just stays in the same position, just inside the defensive half, ready to stop everything. Here's Tartaglia. Bocello. Again, under some pressure. She's on the outside. She runs away from her opponent in Liverto. Gets to the top of the 10-yard box. And a good attempt again, arriving late to try and score, was Bocelli. But again, well stopped. Just on the edge of the goal mouth by Ayuji, who's done some great things tonight. I know Jen Ibrahim was disappointed to lose the number one goalkeeping role, but I think it's been the right move. Ayuji's been sensational. Not that she was bad. She had some great games as well. Well played by Teen, who pushed her opponent off it legally to win control of the ball. Keep it inside the attacking half of Box Hill from the kick in from Ayuji. Tartaglia, Pickett, Pally Water. Again, all on her own. Takes the time. Keeps it moving on Murakami, but only as far as Megorian and Spring Hills. Ball in the middle of the park. Here's Gillies. Can't control it. Been outnumbered at ground level tonight. Trying to push her way through. Minarik, was she dragged down late? I think she might have been. A late challenge from behind. And it's going to be a Box Hill free kick. Card not given. I'm a big believer that maybe you apply a warning, but also having said that, I'm not sure that the challenge was strong enough to be in the yellow card territory. Just an opinion. Free kick anyway to Box Hill. 73rd minute, 1-0. And this has been a good effort by Spring Hills to just stem the bleeding, missing so many key players, including Labno, who has been a magnificent defender all year, almost like a second goalkeeper. Good free kick to inside the 18-yard area. A bit of pushing and shoving, and in the end, it'll go the way of the Spring Hills team. One of the Box Hill players is down, Kawano, but she gets up. Not shaken or stirred, and she's okay. There was a bit of pushing and shoving in the box. Still 1-0. And it's not a bad result for Spring Hills at the moment, but it won't give them the 3 points. It'll give Box Hill the 3 points and keep them on top with Essendon and Bulleen coming at them. Burundara, like last year, have fallen off the pace a bit. South Melbourne hanging around. Heidelberg certainly down from last year. They're behind both Spring Hills and Melbourne Victory. We know that the two teams going down will be Bentley and Melbourne City, having tough years. Nice ball, well controlled by Anderson. Now gets it to Gillies. Gillies, that pass is a nice one. But couldn't control it, unfortunately, to Silva. Pushed off it, and it's over the sideline. Arredondo involved there as well. Another change occurring. Pacello coming off, and Clarkson, who started her football journey at Mentone Grammar and has spent some time in America, she's coming on for a run. Gracie Clarkson in the 75th minute for Box Hill. Got some tall players, haven't they? Very robust. Mentone Grammar down in the southern suburbs of Melbourne. And they're inside the attacking half again. Box Hill. Clarkson gets her first chance. Charges onto it. Goes back. Again, they switch once more, and on her own is Tartaglia. And there is Kawano, who's been very, very solid again and reliable. Back to Tartaglia. Talking of reliable, Pickett. Paliwada again. She'll charge her way through. We've had a lot of easy ball tonight because, as I say, the Spring Hill girls have been very high, trying to stop them as they make their way inside the attacking half, allowing them to get the ball on their own. And again, Pickett slides it across the pitch with Paliwada. Paliwada, a through ball, controlled nicely, keeping it going. Was Box Hill, but then they lose it. Now Clarkson arrives on it with Anderson there. Brilliant little ball, but unfortunately chopped off by Tina. She beat a couple of opponents. Now Murphy wins it back for Spring Hills. Just getting a little bit on that is Clarkson. He's just arrived and having an influence already. Tartaglia. Pickett. Paliwada. Again with room. Lobs a lovely ball down the left-hand side. Bercelli has a couple of opponents around her. She manages to fend them off. Keep the ball alive. Goes back now to Teen. Another one of the subs in this half. Long ball. Trying to get the header on it was Clarkson, but couldn't. And it spills out the back and mopped up by the goalkeeper, Uji, who's done some very good things tonight, as mentioned.
Come on, camera.
So it's 1-0. We're in the 78th minute. Senol NPLW round 21 fixture. Been kicked off tonight by Spring Hills and Box Hill at Springside Reserve. On the right-hand side, De Silva, Gillies, and the last team to touch it was Box Hill. Sideline ball inside the defensive half to the Spring Hills team. Throw back in. And again, they can't control it. It's been a bit of an issue, trying to control the ball and certainly trying to get past that high defence, which has worked wonders for the Box Hill team tonight. They've got deep when they've had to. Pickett and Peliwater. They just know their game so well as they can share across the pitch. They've done that about 100 times tonight. Great through ball. Staying on side, but she's not goal side, was Kawano. The two defenders get back nicely, McGorrian and Murphy, and they're happy to concede another corner for Box Hill underneath the scoreboard in the 79th minute. Some of the corner kicks just haven't quite had enough on them in this second half from Murakami. Been a little bit short, been a little bit shallow. As Aubrey Lavno walks past me, and she's such a key member of this team. She's made so many great saves herself, as almost like the field goalkeeper. But not there tonight. But I still think the defence has done a good job. That's a deep ball again. Great header by McGorrian. Saves the day. Another header. Couldn't get hold of it. Anderson got away from her. Then swinging long and high. But off balance from outside the 18-yard area was Teen. And just couldn't find the opening. It's still 1-0 as we approach the 80th minute. And a Box Hill player down inside the 18-yard area. Should be okay. There might nearly be another change about to be made here. Cold evening, middle of winter in Melbourne. But again, a good effort this by Spring Hills to minimise the damage, I suppose. They wanted to win the game. They can still win the game, but Box Hill are a very good scoring team, as they have been over the last 7 weeks when they've taken control of the competition. Gone back on top. What's been a pretty tight battle with themselves and Bulleen and Essendon, who had a period there in the middle part of the year where they just kept winning, producing cricket scores through their magnificent American striker, Kelly McGorrity. So, Bercelli's coming off. And it looks like Gladman's coming on. I think Anderson might be coming off too. She's nearly got through a full game, which has been a good effort by Olivia Anderson after a long-term injury for her, like Margot Clark. So Antonello and Murphy are out on this side, and a little bit of a break in play, so they'll add some injury time on. It's 1-0. Ayuchi with the ball, goes right across the 18-yard penalty area and finds McCorrian, through ball, Sinclair, a bit of falls into her opponent. They both slipped over Murakami. One by Tartaglia, who was held on to, and it'll be a free. Pickett shares it with Teen. Nice ball by Clarkson. On the run was Teen. Back now to Pickett again. Good defence by Spring Hills. Goes across the face. Trying to get control of it. Minarik down the left-hand side. Good play by Box Hill, but again the defence of Spring Hill's been pretty solid. And keeps it out, and eventually over the sideline inside the attacking half of Spring Hills. Another move being made. Simpson coming on. and Keat coming off, who had that last attempt before. Hacked down by Spring Hills inside the attacking half. Here's Sinclair, but she slips over. Maybe they can give it a touch after missing with that broken nose for a few weeks. I thought held on to then, but the ref let it go. By Teen. Back in the defensive area, Pickett. Water. And again over the sideline as Spring Hills get high. Both defences have been pretty high and opportunities been hard to come by. Box Hill got one chance through Rossi at the 13th minute, and they took it after Spring Hills had dominated the first 12 minutes. We're into the 84th minute. It's 1-0 for Box Hill at the moment, Pythagoras against Spring Hills. And now there's a turnover in the middle of the pitch for Box Hill. Kicking into bodies, though, was Teen. Chance now through Murakami involved as well, Kawano, but she was overwhelmed. Here's Antonello. No one out the back there. It was all the solid defensive Pickett. Nice ball to find Kawano. She traps it, gets away from Megorian. Clarkson was too slow. She was trailing defenders in and happy to concede over the sideline as Darkic with Clarkson right in her face. Some of the supporters not happy with the non-calling by the refs for Spring Hills. And another throw. Tartaglia's had a good match. Clarkson, back to Tartaglia. Met now by the new sub. That's Baha, who's come on for Spring Hills. Couldn't get control of the ball though, as Spring Hills clear it, but again inside the attacking half. Magnificent play by Minarik to get the ball towards the 18-yard area. They just stopped everything, their defenders. Nice ball. Taken by Kawano, but I think she was offside as she took it out of bootlaces from a good ball brought into her in the 18-yard area. And then unfortunately Clarkson for Box Hill not able to score, but it was a whistle anyway. For offside, we're inside. The last 6 minutes, nearly 85 minutes gone. There might be a couple of minutes of injury time, I'd reckon, at least. Still a chance here. Flat delivery by Ayuji. Again, getting very high with their defence. I've said it all night, Box Hill, and they've just not allowed too much through. A couple of saves made, of course, by their goalkeeper, Segajevic. As I think this might almost be the last change for both teams. Antonello coming off. So we're inside the last few minutes. Again, McGorrian clears once more. They've had a lot of the ball inside their attacking half. They've dominated possession. They've dominated territory. And as I say, they still mightn't get the 3 points, Spring Hills, but they should be pretty happy with their effort tonight as they're down a number of key players. Sinclair coming back from a broken nose. Clark, her first full game from a knee injury. Anderson, the same as well, both starting tonight. We mentioned Labno not playing Toban. They're two of their American recruits, along with Clark. Stringfellow's gone away. Godden's gone, taken up a contract overseas, who was very good for a few weeks when she came in the transfer window back in May. And McGorrian's going to be leaving soon as well. So certainly erodes the depth and talent of this Spring Hills team, and they do fight out of their weight division a bit, and they're very good defensively. But they'll be right when Labno gets back next week, who of course was the player of June, is again working hard, close to the flag on the far side, both teams. And the ball will eventually be a goal kick for the Spring Hills team. Ayuji, a high ball. And a header by Box Hill over the sideline. Inside the last 5 minutes of regular time with some injury time attached onto that. And it's 1-0 Box Hill, scoring early days. They might be happy with that result tonight against a very gallant Spring Hills team. Bobbles around again, hacking it at the back, putting it over the sideline, just inside the defensive half, and she's been standing very high tonight, right on the halfway mark was Pickett. But here's a chance now for Spring Hills. Player went down, should get a free here, and will. Arredondo went down. And here is Dakic. Long ball, trying to get a header on it, McGorrian. Again, good defensive header by Box Hill. Trying to hack it away on a couple of occasions. It bobbles around. Here's the debutant. That's Baha. She got a little boot on that. Then it gets down to De Silva. They're inside the attacking half. That was a quick move by Box Hill. Trying to get there, but was beaten to the punch was Simpson, who's come on as a sub in this half for Box Hill as well. Late in the half, here's De Silva. They didn't switch it. And again, getting another opportunity. It's Baha once more. And it spills out to Gillies. Urgency now in the 89th minute. Inside the defensive half. Long ball once more. It gets very near Magnus, the cameraman. It's hacked over the sideline again by this solid defence, led by Pickett of Box Hill. Nice throw by Gillies. And again over the sideline. Kawasaki's come on as a sub as well for Spring Hills in this half. Scored a couple of goals earlier. Another one of the players added to the transfer window for Spring Hills in May. Clarkson was there. Good work to bring it down by Murphy. Again cleared at the back. Minaric's been great. Missed by McCorrian. Had Dakic there for support, but she miscues it and it goes over the sideline. Once more, it will be a Box Hill ball to Talia. We're in the 90th minute now. She'll throw it down the line. She's looking for Kawano. Spills out the back now. Good play by Box Hill to get it down towards Murakami. She made a bit of a meal of that. She lost control of it. But coming the other way, Minarik does well. And then the pushing and shoving provided by Spring Hills is terrific. McGorrian gets a little pass on that. Again, terrific play by Box Hill, but they've come across the path and given away a free kick. Probably there in the end. Against Clarkson. And the last chance, I reckon, we're into injury time now. It's 1-0 in favour of Box Hill. Spring Hills, balloon it long. 3 headers missed by the Box Hill defence. A chance now for Murphy. Murphy off balance and puts it over the sideline. Or byline, I should say. On the left. She did well then, but she was pushed away on the outside. Got a feeling it's going to be a yellow card given, is there? To the coach, Tom Markowski. Don't quite know what that was for. He's not happy about it, but both coaches have been pretty vocal tonight. Closing stages of this game. Good work by Murphy then, but she got caught on the outside. Couldn't get goal sight. High ball. Murakami, the header, comes straight back towards Murphy. Worked out of it though by Kawano. And once more, it's out of play. Which side? I think Tattaglia wasn't happy about that from Box Hill. It'll go to Gillies. One last chance to try and get an equaliser. Sinclair there with a face mask. Couldn't get it. Kicking into bodies. Spring Hills cleared at the back again. Well played by Box Hill. Gillies goes after it. Last chance here. Player down. So they'll add a bit of time on.
Thanks, Marshall. Thanks, Marshall.
Sapalis has come on too as a sub in this half, getting involved there. in the colourful boots. Here's Gillies. A lot of talk by the goalkeeper, Sergejevic. Gillies told to play on in the dying stages. Sinclair nods that one down. But at the bootlaces of Simpson. Now a through ball here, but there's no one on the end of it. Coming out is Aoji, 30 metres out from her goal mouth, and she boots it long inside the attacking half. One last chance. Murakami couldn't control it off the boot, and it goes over the sideline. They know time is running out. We're in the 94th minute. It's 1-0 in favour of Box Hill, and they scored that early in the 13th minute through Rossi. Loose ball in the middle of the pitch. 4-on-1 in favour of Spring Hills, but somehow the one will win out again. Well played by Simpson. Murakami to Taglia. Again, that ball had nothing on the end of it, and it's cleaned up at the back by Aoji, and the whistle blows, and Box Hill get an important win to stay on top, but full credit to Spring Hills, missing a number of key players. They kept them to one goal, and that was in the 13th minute. And as I say, this is a team very good at not losing by much, not winning by much, but keeping their goal difference intact, especially in the second half of seasons. But at the end of the day, they don't get the 3 points. Box Hill get them again and continue this incredible run that they're having at the moment, where they're undefeated in 8 encounters, 7 wins and a draw since round 14. They had that disastrous round 13 match against Essendon where they were belted 7-1, when the Royals at that stage were the best team in the comp by a fair way and dominating. But you'd have to say now that Box Hill may be the team to beat in regard to the Premier's Plate. They go to 47 points, the rest of the round to be completed. The Lions are on 42. The Royals are on 41. Avondale have been great since the May transfer window, picking up a number of players, and they're going through a bit of an unbeaten streak at the moment as well. They're on 38, along with South Melbourne, but 26 goal difference for Avondale, 22 for South Melbourne in the positive. Alameda on 35, then Burundara, who've fallen off the pace in the second half of the year, 1 point behind them on 34, so some important and crucial matches for the weekend. Victoria on 26, Spring Hills on 26, Heidelberg United 22, Keilor Park 22, an 8-goal difference in the goal difference between Heidelberg United and Keilor Park. Preston Lions 20, and the bottom two sides going to be relegated. Melbourne City on 7 points and Bentley Greens on 4. 3-2-1. Well, I thought that the captain was outstanding tonight, controlling everything at centre-back, didn't allow anything through, playing that position very high tonight, virtually right on halfway for the Box Hill team. And that, of course, is their captain, who was superb tonight in Paliwada. So I'm giving her 1 vote. I'm giving 2 votes to her partner in crime, Pickett. I thought she was absolutely magnificent. They just controlled the defensive structure, didn't allow it to lose its shape at all. And 3 votes to Minarik, who I thought did a great job giving them run. She was another defender as well, but she also was able to give them a lot of run, while the other 2 defenders, Paliwada and also Pickett, Laura Pickett, were able to stay back and make sure that their goalkeeper, she had a couple of saves to make in the second half, Sergejevic, but in the end, they got the job done. For Spring Hills, they had a lot of great contributors. I thought Dakic did a wonderful job at the back. Gillies gave them great run. Good to see Clark back. She needed the run, and she did some good things, but was under pressure. Didn't have enough support probably in the front half. She was a good player as well. And Anderson also getting a full game going off with about 15 minutes to go. Played pretty well along with Gillies. But in the end, Box Hill get the result. They score in the 13th minute, and they have a win over Spring Hills 1-0 in the Senol NPLW round 21 fixture at Springside Recreation Reserve. We thank you very much for your company tonight, and we'll have plenty more football in the NPLW and NPL men's competition for Chanel over the weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.